Hello runners, this one is for you. As runners, and I am also guilty of this, we are pretty bad at just popping our trainers on and heading out the door and not really doing a proper warm-up before we run. So I've just put this little mobility warm-up together. It's pretty quick, you can do it before you go out, and the idea is that you are kind of ready to run as soon as you leave your door once you've warmed up your joints a little bit. It's especially important as you get a little bit older, as you come into those veteran stages of running, because we just take a little bit longer to warm up. You know what it's like, it takes longer to get out of bed even. So I found this really helps me when I remember to do it. I have to admit, I don't do it all the time because I can't get out of those runners' habits that have been building for 30 years or some hideous amount of time like that. So anyway, hope you enjoy it. I've got other workouts that are like an hour long that can help with flexibility and things, so give us a shout if you're interested in one of those, and I'll be going back to face-to-face classes in September, all being well. So yeah, let me know if you want to join. Anyway, let's get going. So you just want to come to standing and have your feet about hip width apart. So feet under hips, okay? Just have a little tilt of the pelvis, so you want to go back and forward, just warming up through that lower back. So if you're doing this at the end of the day and you've been sat at the desk, your lower back might be a bit stiff. If you're doing this first thing in the morning, similarly, you might be a little bit stiff there from just lying in your bed. So back and forward, come to a midpoint. You want to take a light connection in the stomach. So if you do this, your hands are kind of bouncing off. You're not hitting yourself in the gut. Okay, shoulders back and down. We're going to start with moving the leg forward and back. So you want to stand up nice and straight, pull out of the waist. Take this to a semicircle. So forward, semicircle. So we're basically going to move the leg in lots of different ways to warm up through that hip joint. Start getting that ready for work. Go back to forward and back. Forward and back. The only thing moving is that lower leg. You can have a little swing of the arms at the same time if you want. And then semicircles again, forward and around. So your supporting leg might start feeling a little bit like it's working, and that's fine. Take one more, and then go to the other side. Start with a forward and back. Get yourself nice and tall. Keep that ab connection. That's going to help you stay balanced. So it's almost like you're kind of drawing a line on the floor, line in the sand, whatever. Take it to the semicircles. So you might also notice that one side is a little bit stiffer than the other. So with any of these sort of mobility things, we're trying to equal that out as much as possible. So really try and get that same range of movement on each side. One more, and then forward and back, forward and back. Standing up tall, chest lifted. So think about that lovely posture. You want to keep that on your run as well. That's going to help you be more efficient. Semicircles. Starting to feel it in the supporting leg again this time, or maybe not. Let's take it to some squats. So just little squats. We're using these to warm up the ankles, the knees and the hips. So it's not about getting a really deep squat, it's about using it as a warm up. Sitting back and down, so your weight is going into your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes a little bit. Keep that chest lifted. I'm going to change this slightly. So come down, lift the knee, down, lift the other knee, down and knee. So we're making this a little bit more specific to your run. You want to try and stay upright. You don't want to be leaning over when you're lifting up that knee. One more, and then just shake the legs out. So we're going to do a little bit for the upper body. We do need to use these arms when they're powering up a hill. We're just getting a bit of speed. So just swing them back and forth to start with. We also want to make sure your back is nice and mobile. Now, of course, running is kind of normally one directional. So we're always working kind of in this plane. But actually, in real life, we're looking to cross the road. We're maybe jumping over obstacles, whatever they might look like on the pavement or on the trails. So we want to just make sure we're not going to like hurt anything when we're doing it. So just give me some nice big arm circles. We start to warm up in those shoulders. Nice and stretch. So it's like a morning stretch, this one. Take them the other way. So round. Try and take them behind you as well. I'm just doing a little bounce in between. It's still like an aerobics thing, I can't help it. Okay, then we're going to warm up the top of the back. So we're going to bring the hands together, the back of the hands, and apart. So drop the head as you come forwards, open as you go back. Look up when you go back. Really feel that chest opening. So we want to work with an open chest. Helps the posture, helps us keep breathing in all that oxygen that we're going to need while we're running. Give me one more. Okay, then bring the hands down to the side. We're just going to side to side here. So down and up. Stretching into those sides. Again, this is where the diaphragm sits down here, so that's going to work hard. It's where we might feel stitched sometimes. So if we just get a little warm up, a little bit of fluidity through it, hopefully that's going to prevent that happening. You're going to be ready to move. Last one, bring the hands up in front and rotate. So it's quite slow, we don't want to force anything. Knees and hips stay facing forward. So we're literally rotating through that mid part of the back. Again, this is the one where you're crossing the road and like having a quick look over your shoulder. Or you're ducking to avoid a branch. Or doing some little preventative movement to help you stop falling over. One more each side. And relax. Just shake the arms out. We've got one more little combination that's going to be very specific to running. So get yourself ready. Make sure you've got a bit of space behind you and in front of you. You're going to take a foot back in a lunge and then bring it up to the knee in front. Nice and slow. We're only warming up, but it's quite specific. Try and bring the arms up as well. So this is more of a exaggerated running movement. One more. And swap sides. So you're going to step back, bring that leg up. Step back and up. You want to try and keep the feet hip width apart as you're stepping back. That will help your balance. And you're going to keep the abs switched on. That will help you in that knee lift phase as well. One more. And relax. Give them a shake. Okay, we're just going to do a little leg swing. If you need to hold on to something, do. So you want to swing back and forward. Not touching the floor during this phase. And then side to side in front. Feel free to hold on to something. It's absolutely fine. And then swap side forward and back. Holding on to something, keeping those abs switched on. Abs are not an option, holding on to something is. Take it across. Standing nice and tall, pulling up out of the waist. You want to think about that posture when you're on your run as well. Brilliant. And relax. Pedal through the legs, maybe take it up to a little jog. Get yourself ready. You should be feeling a little bit more mobile, a little bit more ready to go. So there you have it, enjoy your run.